All right, guys, we're going to start off with the whole Epstein file situation, which is a complete joke, guys. The Epstein file is being released, all right? Total joke. They released documents to, I believe, 5 or 6 individuals who really didn't reveal anything, anything substantial. You know, there was these documents where some have said that they even came from 2015, or a lot of information is being hidden, and not only that, there's a lot of information that's being trashed and discarded. Right? Today, we have a situation. By the way, man, like we're all starting to now know that Epstein for sure did not kill himself. We're getting confirmation of certain other people that were on Epstein's island, having freak offs, you know, and now we have the head of the FBI's New York field office of the Department of Justice, James Dennehy, resigning. They told him, you either resign or we're gonna fire you. So he makes a statement saying that it's time for him to dig in, because you know he's trying to follow FBI policy, and he's totally against the release of the Epstein files. And this guy, they're saying he was behind a lot of the discarding that was going on. So people were burning shit up, trashing shit, shredding shit, as Trump is doing his quote unquote coup, against the intelligence agencies. It's just crazy how corrupt this country has become, man. But let's get into this clip.
So who's in charge at the New York FBI field office? Who's withholding Epstein docs from the Attorney General? James Dennehy is running the show there. There he is. This is the guy who emailed his whole staff to dig in after Trump took office. And don't forget that James Comey's daughter is an assistant U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York. She worked on the Epstein and Maxwell cases. She's kind of knee-deep in this. Epstein was facing sex trafficking charges in Lower Manhattan. Where's all that paperwork? The FBI seized computers, surveillance videos, banking records, file cabinets, and photographs from all of Epstein's properties in New Mexico, the Virgin Islands, Palm Beach, and in New York. The Justice Department also gave Epstein a sweetheart non-prosecution deal 17 years ago. Where are those files? The Bureau of Prisons. Where are those files? You remember where Epstein killed himself? I asked Bill Barr about that, why everything seemed to go wrong that night.
When I first heard all the information and all the coincidences here, I was suspicious.
What were the coincidences? I mean, those were a lot of coincidences.
Well, one of the cameras was out.
Right.
He was supposed to have a cellmate. Cellmate left. They didn't replace the cellmate. And the guards who were supposed to check him every half hour didn't check him.
My EMT source said he was on the scene immediately to pull Epstein's body out to the morgue. And when he got to the cell, he saw 7 people there touching Epstein's body and moving stuff around.
Yeah, so this guy ended up resigning, and so much people are honestly, it's like they have a gun to their heads, with the amount of shit, because this file was supposed to reveal a lot of different individuals who were involved with the freak offs on Epstein's island, right? And it just got discarded. And it looks like they're not necessarily even gonna I don't even believe they're gonna release shit, when it comes to that. This is definitely a hostile move from the DOJ and the FBI, trying to protect their people of interest. That we've already read a few names that are going to be exposed, from Dershowitz to even the big guy Bill Gates. He's scared shitless of the Epstein files, the Clintons, even freaking George Stephanopoulos was a name that I saw on there. Just a whole wide range of individuals here.
Who
Just like we saw in the prosecutor's office in New York, the prosecutor's office in Main Justice, the prosecutor's office in D.C., it's useful to remember, this sort of resistance started at the FBI. And this is sort of the next rung below the director and the deputy director. All of the assistant directors, the heads of the field offices, of which this fellow is the largest field office in the Bureau. This is sort of the crown jewel. I say that not just as a native New Yorker. I mean, it really has the most people, has the most work. It is the core of the terrorism program, is here. And this is somebody who basically had to be forced out by the Trump administration because he was, by all accounts, saying, you know what, I was trained to believe in facts and law. So it's, again, another sign of where we are. It's really important to see this as part of that larger story as to what's going on in the administration writ large, but it's certainly within the Department of Justice. I cannot stress to you, Nicole, how unusual this is. The only other time I can think of anyone of note leaving the department because of being asked to do something that they viewed as against the law or just not supported by the facts was in the first Trump administration. But that was a small group of people. This is full bore. And to me, that is just exactly representative of the difference between where we were in Trump 1.0 and where we are now.
And what would Kash Patel and Dan Bongino want that Dennehy couldn't have given them if he'd run that office?
Somebody who was going to be fact-based and law-based.
All right, man. Again, you have different perspectives when it comes to, the reality of it is, guys, the Epstein files release was a joke. They're hiding a lot of information. They're discarding it. I think Trump did it as a way of to see where it's going to land and to kind of rile things up, and the fact of the matter is these people ended up discarding a lot of information from, videos to surveillance cameras to names to court documents to bank accounts. They were freezing bank accounts. They're probably, whacking people behind the scenes. So this whole thing really shook up the DOJ, right? Because it is probably the most corrupt and horrific crime that was committed by this corrupt government we have in the Washington D.C. or that has a strangle on the government in Washington D.C. and I guess we're gonna have to just wait and see, man, because Trump is much as people want to hate Trump, man, he's cleaning house when it comes to this type of stuff. I'm not gonna I'm kind of against him with some of the stuff he does with foreign policy, but when it comes to cleaning house, taking the trash out, man, Trump is riling shit up, and it can land in, he's dealing with, and again, he's not dealing with really nice people. I mean, they try to kill the guy twice. They've been trying to put him in jail. I mean, the guy's, so this can get real ugly real quick. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, man. Peace.